In the morning when I rise, give me Jesus.
Good morning. Well, we've been following Paul along as he's been on this ship headed to Rome, and they're in the middle of a big storm, and the ship is about to be torn apart. What would you do? Are you going to look to God? See, there are a few lessons that come out of this story, and I hope you're hearing them loud and clear. We need to listen to God in everything that we do all day, every day, so that when things get difficult, when we are in dire straits, we are hearing the voice of God and trusting Him because He's proved Himself faithful in the little things. Well, that's the situation with Paul. He trusts God with his very life. And so he listens to God, hears his voice, and as God said, look guys, stay on the boat and you'll be saved. So they do, and they are. We're going to see that today. We see these lessons profoundly declared again today as we see what happens to this ship and everybody that was aboard. Verse 29 in Acts 27, we'll read to the end of the chapter. When day came, they could not recognize the land, but they did observe a bay with a beach, and they resolved to drive the ship into it if they possibly could. So, we see land. Let's drive towards the land. I don't know what the land is, but let's go to land. So, casting off the anchors, they left them in the sea, while at the same time they were loosening the ropes of the rudders and hoisting the foresail to the wind, and they were headed for the beach. But, striking a reef where two seas met, they ran the vessel aground, and the prow stuck fast and remained immovable. However, the stern began to be broken up by the force of the waves. All right, they're on the ship, and sure enough, it ran aground. They were afraid that might happen, and now it's being busted up by the waves that are beating on the ship. The soldiers' plan was to kill the prisoners so that none of them would swim away and escape. Now, isn't that just the logic of the enemy? Where is the common sense in something like that? However, do you think they killed him? Paul was one of the prisoners, and remember, God said Paul would be going to Rome. So, verse 43, the centurion, wanting to bring Paul safely through, kept them from their intention. And he commanded that those who could swim should jump overboard first and head towards land. Not only did they not kill him, they said, in fact, try to escape. Everybody, let's swim towards the shore if you can possibly swim. And the rest of them, you guys should follow him too. Some of you go on planks and others on various things from the ship. Anything that'll float, grab a hold of it and head towards the shore. And so it happened. Now, here's my question to you. How many of them made it to shore? As it happened, they all were brought safely to land. Of course they were, because God was directing this thing. Here's the deal. You'll hear all the time, God is in control. You know what? God is only in control if you let Him be in control. Notice, they heard the voice of God and they obeyed it. They stayed on the ship. They ate when they were told to eat. And God promised that if you follow my instruction, then it'll work out. Yeah, God gives us instruction, but it's up to us to obey or not obey. But when we obey, it's to our advantage. God bless you who listens to the voice of God in everything that you do, obeying His voice, because you know that He is looking out for you and He is pouring His love out on you all day, every day. I look forward to being with you tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to see what happens when they reach land. We're going to start chapter 28. I'll see you then.
Give me Jesus. give me Jesus. You can have all this world, but give me Jesus.